It's lights out, and away we go, and it seems like an even start for both Mercedes, and Felipe Massa gets pushed a little wide. Fernando Alonso comes past Valtteri Bottas, who's losing places, but out in front it is the Mercedes there of Lewis Hamilton. Into the first chicane they go, and Nico Rosberg is now fourth. He has lost places going in to that chicane.
No, it's Hamilton. Hamilton got a bad start. He moved slightly before the lights changed as well, very slightly. And I think that may have meant he hesitated and he got the start horribly wrong.
It is, yes, you're right. Ever so sorry about that one, Martin. It is out in front. Nico Rosberg from Kevin Magnussen, the fast-starting McLaren. Felipe Massa is currently third fastest. Then comes Hamilton. Sebastian Vettel fifth, Button sixth. As we go now into the right-hander at the Lesmos, round the outside goes Fernando Alonso past Sergio Perez.
Perez must have had a good start. He did indeed. So Alonso recovers his position. But Hamilton really had a dismal start. As I say, he moved a few centimetres before the lights went out, before the others reacted, that's for sure. So hopefully that's not a jump start situation there for him, for his sake. But Alonso then, without his usual electric start either. Mercedes from the two Williams, what about that?
Well, yeah, but it's that McLaren in the way there that is helping, I think, Nico Rosberg extend that advantage as the run down to the Parabolica now. Kimi Raikkonen having a look on Sergio Perez. Romain Grosjean has a look around the outside of Adrian Sutil.
Yeah, coming out, Lewis, we see it. So torque mode 3, torque mode 3.
Yeah, so Gutierrez has missed the second chicane. What a bizarre start, wasn't it? All over the show. Massa's fastest man in the first sector, so he's got some good speed in the early phases of the Grand Prix there in third place. So that's worst case scenario then for Lewis Hamilton, and McLaren and a Williams in between him and his championship rival, and it seems some problems.
Got a lot of work to do from here on in.
RS mode lights are on. Okay, we're showing RS modes off. Looks like everything's in a muddle. Just leave it where it is for the minute.
Frantic scenes at Mercedes trying to recover the energy recovery system for Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton trying to keep as calm as possible, and at least not falling too far behind the Williams in front of him. And it's pretty much single file at the moment as we come to the end then of this second lap. And the gap that was 1.4 seconds is now one.
DRS enabled, use overtake if you need to. DRS enabled, use overtake if you need to.
Some information from Anthony Davidson, who knows a thing or two about this Mercedes car. RS mode is race start mode. Makes drivability very, very difficult if that is getting in a muddle, to quote Lewis Hamilton.
Hamilton's beginning to pick up pace though, isn't he? Whatever they're resetting is beginning to come back to him. Lewis has got the inside line, he's got the racing line. And look, he's basically launched into the side of him.
Well, maybe getting Hamilton back for last year in Monte Carlo, where Maldonado ended up in the barriers and Hamilton carried on. But I did say, pick the sensible moment, don't do the risky thing, and Maldonado took one risk too many. Alonso out in the lead of this race.
Okay, Lewis, so it now looks like you're picking up the toe, so you're slower in corners, faster on the straights.
The Williams runs quite short gears early on, and so it punches out of corners. Then it's got an overdrive 8th gear, which he's just flicked into, and it's got the Mercedes engine, and it's slippery, and he's got DRS, and he's got slipstream, and there he just breezes past Jenson Button.
Damage here on the barge board of the Lotus from Romain Grosjean. Not exactly doing a lot of good for him.
It's frustrating on those days when that happens, and then you go faster. I bent the steering on my Ligier once and did my fastest lap with the wheels pointing in different directions. Embarrassing.
To get that guy back out into some clean air.
There we go.
Approaching at speed.
I wonder if he got it down to the limiter. That looks very questionable, whether he got it onto the limiter before he crossed the white line. Has Lewis got himself in the DRS zone yet?
Not so. Hamilton now 1.3 seconds behind. And Pete Bonington, his race engineer, rather answered that question I posed a few laps ago. When you start getting affected by the turbulent air, and he is, but obviously that's then helping him in the straights. It's just what is it doing to his tyres through the corners.
For his 19th victory in Formula One, in front of his adoring Spanish fans, can now see the checkered flag and comes home to win the Grand Prix of Europe. It's not 8 different winners in 8 races. It's Fernando Alonso for a second time for his best result of the season, and the man who could have been on the podium, Lewis Hamilton, a very, very angry young chap.